It was Jackson Pollock painting.
Okay,
I
good to
did.
know. Also, I'm pretty sure that you were a little bit early on that, so it's probably going to start with Jackson Pollock. Alright, read it again.
My name is Obadiah Williamson. I am a prosecutor.
Yakten Kenji 3, here we go!
Yeah. Another day, another trial.
You finally get to be the main character, Vex.
The main character I always wanted to be. Are you ready for your testimony, Mr. Kushari? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I'm ready, my friend!
Jesus. Excellent. With your help.
I get that he's supposed to be like a friggin' Japanese dude, but
that is not.
I gotta do a Mario thing for that mustache.
With your help, we'll put the criminal behind bars before the day's over.
I am very glad I could serve my duty as a good citizen. Let us hope that all goes well.
We do not have anything to worry about. I took this case on short notice, but the facts are very clear.
Why do you talk like that? That's kind of weird.
Why do you talk like that if you're Japanese? Wahoo! There is no doubt in my mind that we have the right man.
This is my spatula!
SpongeBob?
Yes, I know you will see justice served today. With a side of judgment and a very nice garnish of truth.
I wonder, is he a chef?
Salim? Is he freaking, like, Indian?
Apparently, Kushari is not Japanese. Salim Kushari, the owner of a local diner and the sole witness to a recent murder.
Is that Indian or Arab? What is that?
Yes. All in the general vicinity. It was based on his report that we were able to apprehend the killer Francisco Mendez. His testimony will be central to our case.
Oh no! I'm gonna die!
Shot through the head, man. Mr. Kushari, would you care
to give a bad name?
You give prosecuting a bad name. Mr. Kushar, would you care to review your statement one last time for the people who are just getting dropped into this case?
Oh no, my friend, sir! I would not! We spent so much time with that yesterday! My wife, she was so angry at me, at my coming home so late!
My apologies, I just prefer to have things in order.
I am making a fucking mockery of this game!
We are dealing with people's lives in a murder trial. All details must be given the utmost attention. If you do not wish to discuss your statement to the police, I suggest you at least review this recap I had written up.
Recap added to the court record. Oh, that I will do if you wish it. I must say, Mr. Prosecutor Williamson, your preparation is very impressive. I see that with you there can be no margarine for error.
Stop it. Don't do this. I'm not one for puns.
Why am I the fucking pun lord? I hate puns so much. Oh god.
Hey, Jimmy. You look so much younger.
You're two main characters.
Nice one, Mr. Kushari.
Not even close. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for playing my game. I have plenty more after that.
Let us save the joking for later. A trial is a serious matter. Oh, really, Obi? His puns aren't that bad. I'd never say it to Mr. Kushari's face, but yes, they are. I'm not used to this.
Yeah, I know. You're not expecting to read blue lines.
Nope, never. Even in that one part where we got to see Obadiah's thoughts.
Yeah.
Randomly. The trial.
And whenever for some reason that Cody was inside Phoenix's head.
No, you got that one.
I know.
The trial starts in a few minutes. We don't have time to waste on humor. And it's either Obadiah or Mr. Williamson. We've been over this. This goofball here, Stephen Jameson. He studied as a defense attorney for 3
Why are we
weeks.
getting killing? This is case 1 of Jakten Kenji 3.
It's weird. I would actually like to see a full game with Obadiah.
Well, I mean, knowing this dude, he probably would make a full game for Williamson just because he seems to have such a freaking hard-on for his own character.
I would play it.
Of course you would. Just so you could do that. I can't read this guy's dialogue without that voice anymore.
Good. It means I'm doing my job right. He studied as a defense attorney for 3 weeks before dropping out.
He is also incompetent.
Now he's an intern at the prosecutor's office as my assistant. Funny how fate works. He can seem apathetic or airheaded, but he means well. Working in on our prosecutor's office will turn any man into a cynic, but he's not quite there yet. His youthful optimism can really make this job bearable sometimes. Why use my full name? I thought we agreed to call me Jimmy.
Then why was he so confused whenever he...
I don't know.
Like, is that what he's going by now? Jimmy? Yeah. It's like, what?
But, yeah, I mean, I said... When he said that, I was like, but you called him Jimmy when we were at Kurain. And did I mention that he loves periodically coming up with new names for himself?
Well, Jimmy wouldn't be a new name then.
Last month
Steve-O.
It was SJ, and the month before, Steve-O the Mighty. Okay. We going jackass here? Where's Johnny? Even with how much we've worked together, I've yet to find a reason beyond that he finds it funny.
He's over there sticking a crocodile to his nipple.
Oh, God. I most certainly didn't agree to call him that. He just decided that I did. We have this thing in the back. What's wrong with lightening up a bit?
So you don't know what to do with having so many voices.
No. What was the victim's name? Cindy Stone? Oh,
nope.
My God.
You are incompetent.
Wrong. And he was a man, not a woman. How? A man could be named Cindy. Obadiah. Right, of course. I was just testing you. Let us go over the case details one more time.
It's almost like this is a case that people are just getting thrown into.
Yeah, it's weird. No problem. It might be good for you. Right. For me.
It's the last time we get to hear this theme.
Yep. This is where we get to learn about Jimmy. Hooray! Now hear about why he's dead. Hooray!
Wait, he's got his headphones on. Why are we hearing the full song?
He's got it up really loud. Obadiah has it in his ears too. That's the canon. So, this Cindy Stone lady, how'd she die again? Carlo Luciano.
Carlo Luciano.
He was poisoned. Right. See, I knew you could do it. Perhaps you could drop the ignorant act and tell me what else you remember. He was pretty messed up, right? Some kind of sociopath? That may well be the case. The man was a hired assassin.
I'm just jamming out over here.
Yeah, man.
It is so horrible! I cannot believe such a man ate at my restaurant!
I forgot Arabic Mario was here. He was an evil man, but that does not matter now. He is dead.
Thank God for that!
Thank Allah for that.
Alright.
Mr. Kushari, if I may, I'd advise against making comments like that. However much I personally agree.
Like, during the background song, I keep hearing my breast pump.
What?
I don't know what he's saying, but that's what I keep hearing.
I think we've been sending too many of those breastfeeding emojis. However much I personally agree, it may still hurt our case.
Oh! Yes, I will avoid it, my friend.
Neither defendant nor victim is anybody I'd want roaming the street. The world will be better to have both of them gone. Jesus, Obi. The guy that killed him, why don't you, remind me about him too? His name is Francisco Mendez. He's the nephew of crime boss Michael Rivales. Oh wow, sounds serious. It is. Mendez is a capo in the Rivales family. Putting him away will be a huge blow to them. They've been fighting back too. Old Mikey trying to get Mendez cleared even with their bad blood? Weren't they having some kind of spat? Presumably, beyond what they let the public see. The inner workings of the family are a mystery to me. I believe having his nephew imprisoned this way would cause him to lose too much face. And he'll need whatever strength he can get if relations with the Cadaverinis fall any further. Likewise, Mendez has no desire to remain on his uncle's bad side. I believe Mendez betrayed his trust recently and now wishes to make amends. He would want to repair relations just as much as Rivales. Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, they really have no choice but to get him off.
Giggity.
So this little murder trial is actually a pretty big deal. No murder case is little, but you are correct. Well, it's supposed to be open and shut, right? So no problem. Everything about the case points to Mendez. The family were hard-pressed to find him not guilty.
The family...
The family. The dated wham. You said Mendez was poisoned, right?
No.
Luciano. Luciano was poisoned. Mendez is the suspect.
Why are you here?
Well, good thing you're doing this and not me, right? Why must you do this? I know you read up on it last night. It goes beyond just evidence for him as the culprit. We have a motive and opportunity placing him as the killer. And then little Cindy winds up dead. Poor girl. Well, don't worry. Cindy's killer will get what's coming to him. I really wish this man could take things seriously for just 1 second. Maybe he does. And beyond all that, we got a witness. I remember that part.
I'm glad you had not forgotten me, Mr. Jameson.
I keep forgetting you're here. Yeah, I remember your diner was the place where it happened.
Yes! Terrible! It was terrible!
Mr. Kushari says he saw Mendez with the victim shortly before he died.
It's true! The men were meeting with that little girl! Then she left and a one-eyed man died after that.
The girl. I remember that part too.
The poor child. If I knew things would have happened differently. I've lost the voice.
It is sad, but irrelevant. The murder is completely unrelated. I've reviewed the basics of the incident, but our concern is Luciano's murder. Well, that's cold. Kid got stolen. Yes, it is horrible, but it is not my case. Another prosecutor was assigned to the kidnapping. They are separate crimes. Maybe, I just wish I could help. You must learn to look at these things more objectively. I promise you putting away Mendez will save many more people than one girl. With the evidence, motive, and witness testimony, there's a rather damning case against him. Wouldn't that suck for him if he's just being set up? I do not have any pity for the man. He's a ruthless mobster. He chose his life. If he's being framed, that will be up to the defense to prove it. Gotcha. And speaking of the defense, you would have researched Mendez's attorney. I found some stuff, but a lot of it's just rumors. the good or the bad type. He's developing a bit of a reputation. They say he'll do anything for that not guilty verdict. Sounds like a prideful guy. That would be why he took this case. It's a big one, so winning it would be like a prestige thing for him. I've faced people like that before. I know how to deal with them. Of course you do, buddy. Never said it'd be a problem.
Prosecutor Williamson, the trial will be starting in precisely 10 minutes.
I like this canon that the bailiff's been hurt all this time. Thank you. Mr. Jameson, that's 10 minutes to get our bench in order. You never were one to just wing it.
What must I do, Mr. Prosecutor Williamson?
We won't need you to testify right away. There's another witness coming before you. You may wait in here until I call for you.
Certainly! I shall be waiting like corn, all ears!
Stop it. Stop it. As prosecutor, I have access to all evidence in the case from the beginning. Nice badge, buddy.
Symbolic proof that I am a prosecutor.
I'll never leave home without it. Got notes on the
Victim was
corpse.
killed with a quick-acting poison that affects the nervous and digestive systems. Poison is known to cause internal vomiting, internal bleeding
God.
and vomiting. Body in police custody. Salim Kashari. Here's the witness. Okay.
Right.
The diner's entrance. Bell.
Why though?
Oh, that's the bottle from the picture.
Yeah. Oh no. Ah, that's good.
Yeah, that's the bottle from the picture.
Bounty post. Is that LT
$1
Gray?
million bounty for Super Saiyan Gohan.
Okay. I have been over the court record several times already. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to check things through once more. Wink. Wink.
Well, I already did.
Hey,
oh
Gavin.
no, it's Gavin!
Hey, Clavier. How you doing, buddy?
No, I think that's Kristoff.
Oh, right. Christoph, no, yeah. Yeah?
Oh God!
One the two. No. Hey, Jimmy. That's the guy over there that I was talking about.
Yeah, Clavier's the prosecutor brother.
Right. I'm...
Kristoff
Whatever.
was the defense attorney.
I forgot. It's been a while since I've played.
4.
Yeah. Sam, you'd have to be crooked for the mob to hire.
He'd have to be crooked.
He'd have to be crooked. Yeah, crooked in the back. Funny you say that. He actually looks quite calm and collected, and he might have a skull on his hand. Well, stay on your toes, Obi. I heard one guy even call him the
devil.
Got a skull for a hand, motherfucker.
I am the devil incarnate.
Don't call me that while we're in court. Sure, whatever you say, Obi. The devil, huh? How dramatic do they need to be?
Oh God, it's
Hey!
the freaking brother.
It's the Canadian judge. I'm the old one. You can be this one.
Court is now in session for come to Canada. Fuck. Court is now in session for the trial of Francisco Mendez. Are the defense prosecution ready?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
How are we gonna do this one? Oops!
Well, you're Kristoff.
Fuck. You're Mr. Gavin, aren't you? I've heard the name, but I don't think you've ever defended in one of my trials. Not until today, Your Honor. Well, I've heard some promising things about you. It seems you're a competent lawyer. Thank you. I aim to live up to your expectations. Oh, and confident too. Well, you sure know how to impress.
A cocky upstart. I certainly hope this isn't what all the fuss was over.
And the prosecution? You seem well prepared.
How flattering and condescending. Yet, as I seem to recall, we have a trial to begin. How about we start it?
Such a shame there's no time for pleasantries. You're quite the stick in the mud. Oh, you have no idea.
Your Honor.
I mean, please refrain from verbal attacks on Mr. Williamson. Of course, Your Honor. He does have a point, though. Let's hear the opening statements.
Your Honor, the court will see that this is a very simple case. The victim, Carlo Luciano, was poisoned while eating in a restaurant. We have evidence, a witness, and a motive. Everything points to the defendant as the culprit.
That doesn't sound good at all for you, Mr. Gavin. We'll see. Mr. William, I'm not used to being the judge.
I'm not either.
Mr. Williamson, I'm interested in hearing more about your case. It's almost like there's a trial going on here. Would you mind showing us the evidence against the suspect?
Of course.
Such a sinister theme.
This won't be difficult. I have everything prepared in my court record. First of all, I'll address the physical evidence we have against Menderes.
Very good. What is the decisive evidence? The poison has Menderes' fingerprints. Oh, he had to take that!
Oh man, that's good. We have a bottle of the poison that killed Luciano. Mr. Menderes' fingerprints are on it.
Fingerprints? Yes, that is strong evidence.
The victim's plate was found with traces of poison on it. It was the same type from the bottle.
Where was this bottle found?
In the restaurant, stashed underneath the table where he was killed.
How was it stashed under... whatever. Well, that wasn't a very good cover-up. He should have at least bothered trying to hide it.
Do you want my job to be harder?
My brother's a dick. Now then, moving on. You mentioned a witness. Who's the witness to the murder? Oh, fuck, we didn't even look at the profiles. Oh,
geez.
Pearl.
Hey, Pearl.
Michael Rivales.
Salim.
Believed to be Pearl Fay. He's like fat-faced.
Yeah. Looks like willpower. Oh, yeah, it was
Christoph.
really old.
Age really old. Gender alpha male.
I think Rob really likes
read it.
Obi.
If you're reading this OB, then you need to remember keep closer track of.
Oh, that just like makes me like Jimmy even more.
Well, he said there was a witness that had to come up first.
Well, he's the witness.
Whatever.
He's the only witness I know.
The witness is Mr. Salim. Oh, that's you. I'm used to being the freaking one presenting.
It's weird. It's so we're in topsy-turvy negative universe land, man.
Literally every role is reversed.
Yep. The witness is Mr. Salim Kushari, the owner and head chief of the diner.
The only difference is that you're playing the assistant still.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's the same. Fuck!
It's just too weird. He served the victim and defendant their meals.
Was anyone else there at the time?
At the moment of death, there were only 3 people in the building.
Odd. I seem to recall that there were others. I'm trying to go for like a freaking Wesker.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's really working.
It's kind of there. I said at the moment of death.
With that weird, for some reason they turned Wesker into Morgan Freeman. Never understood that.
7 minutes are all the only. Yeah, fuck. Whatever. That's all the time I can play with you. There were others, but by the time Luciano died, they were long gone.
You're gonna dismiss them as suspects so easily?
It simply is not possible that either of those two people did it. Were you looking to accuse one of them, Mr. Gavin?
The child and the Mafia enforcer should not be passed off as irrelevant.
Yes or no?
We'll see. What's all this, eh? A child and an enforcer?
The two were with Mr. Menderes and the victim. They left early, leaving only the latter. It wasn't until roughly 15 minutes later that the victim died.
One of them could have poisoned him beforehand.
It is a quick-acting agent. He would have died long before.
Well then, I think we're in agreement that they didn't kill him. Mr. Gavin? No comments. Very well. Now, didn't you say he had a motive as well? I'd like to hear about that.
Yes, Your Honor, the motive was very simple. Okay. Yeah. His motive was the $1.
The $1.
The
He had a
$1
$1 bounty on his head.
The $1 million bounty on Luciano's head.
1 million?
No small sum.
Pinky on the side of the mouth. $1 million. My word! What could he possibly do to deserve that?
Luciano was an assassin, Your Honor. A high-profile one on the family's payroll. He's killed many people. As such, he's made enemies. Rich enemies.
A hired assassin! I'm not sure how I feel about that. What?
This entire case and subcase is just filled with assassins. You are not sure about that?
I wonder if they swear to an oath. You know, an assassin's creed of sorts.
Stop. Luciano was a monster. There's no other way of putting it. He was a vicious killer.
I love just stop.
However, he's not the one on trial here. Luciano was the victim. Our killer today was a completely different person.
You refer to my client?
That is correct. The defendant, Francisco Menderes, is every bit as ruthless as his victim.
I'm not sure that's possible. It sounds like you did us all a fucking... Really?
Judge. Helping society was the last thing going through Menderes' head, I assure you. Once again, let me point you to the bounty. A price that large can only point to a motive of greed. This wasn't vigilantism. It was for money.
Killing for money? That's just what the victim did. You're right, Mr. Williamson. He doesn't sound much better. Jesus Christ. Your Honor, you disappoint me. You're going to accept this? $1 million is more than enough motive for murder. Yes, it would be, for anyone. It could apply to any person, anywhere, at any time. Every single person who entered the restaurant that day would have had just as much incentive.
I'll grant you that. However, the trial has just begun. Let's hear from one of our witnesses. The prosecution calls the arresting officer to the stand.
Please, why is he? Why? I'm sick of his face! Oh, what? It's the dude from Ace Attorney 2.
Please state your name and occupation for the court.
No, that was Ace Attorney 1. The dude with the dot on his head that threw his hair at Phoenix. That was 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit!
Togamera. Snake's back. Why? Nathan Togamera, Detective, Homicide Division.
I hit enter, but I hit the wrong enter, apparently.
The wrong enter. What was your role in this case, detective?
Why does the enter key work, but the enter key next to the number pad not?
Because it's a special enter key. Kushari called us after the murder. I was nearby, so I made the arrest. Menderes never even had time to leave the property.
Oh, wow! That's quite the response time.
I'm very reliable, a sneaky snake.
Well, I'd say so. I'm glad you're with the good guys.
So, if only you knew.
Mr. Togamera, in addition to the arrest, did you also lead the investigation?
I did not. There was another man assigned to the scene.
Why are we not hearing from him instead?
Several of Menderes' friends have tried to delay the prosecution. Due to this, the lead detective will not be testifying. The Rivales family, Judge. Such a thing would only pass in this city. This hive of scum and villainy allows blatant corruption.
Oh, how I've missed you, Togamera.
Calm
Oh, wait,
down,
no, the other thing.
Calm down, detective. No need to get agitated. All their efforts will soon be in vain. Yes, of course, you're right. Wow, isn't this guy a character?
You're one to talk?
That he is.
Shall we begin? Your Honor, I'd like to hear the report on my client's arrest. Sounds good, Detective. Would you please testify for us? Wait, how the fuck is this gonna work? Are we gonna be cross-examining him, or?
Yep. No? Yeah, I don't know. This would be interesting.
Yeah.
I entered the building at precisely 7:34 p.m. I recognized Menderes from the description given and apprehended him.
From the description?
Description. Due to the fact I was operating alone, I had to do it myself. Once he'd been subdued, I approached the crime scene, where I found Luciano. I called for backup and had them remove Luciano to police custody immediately. There's no mistaking he was dead. There was blood everywhere.
He was poisoned.
He threw up.
Really? You couldn't have done... Whatever. Hold it. That last part, blood everywhere? Just what kind of murder are we dealing with?
A poisoning.
And yet there was blood everywhere? His hold it still sounds... Hold it!
Yeah, it's weird. That was Mr. Togamera being dramatic. You'll find, Mr. Gavin, that he's that way often. Jesus.
Yes, I figured as much. That's not the part that bothers me. Why was there any blood at all? Blood implies a struggle, yet we haven't heard anything about one.
The poison did a bad thing to his tummy and he threw blood up. I believe I can explain that.
Take that.
Oh, wait. What? Oh, the freaking autopsy report. Whatever. It does prove that you're an idiot.
Excuse me.
I feel like that was...
This is weird. Oh no. An idiot? I certainly hope I never become as rude as this man.
You see, the joke is that he does the same thing to Phoenix later with the exact same line.